And welcome back. Some great news from our friends of Big Bear Valley. Jackie laid another egg. She is now keeping watch from her nest, although this might be Shadow. Joining us this morning is our friend Sandy Steers, Executive Director of Friends of Big Bear Valley. And Sandy, welcome. It's good to see you. Thanks for getting up early.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you. Nice to see you.
So was this a big surprise, a fourth egg?
It's actually considered the first egg of a second clutch, but not a complete surprise, but we didn't know for sure. It's a second clutch is very often not done. It's fairly rare, but it is possible. So it was a welcome surprise, but not a complete one.
Okay, now they are treating this egg very differently than they did the first three. Can you explain why?
This is normal, what they're doing now. What I suspect is that something was off. Something was wrong the first time. It's possible that there was something wrong physically with Jackie because she had that third egg that was actually broken when she laid it. So it could have been something was off and she was feeling not right, or that the eggs weren't fertilized. Somehow they knew. I think they knew, and so they just weren't taking care of the eggs because they knew something was off.
You know, it was interesting when we were watching earlier, we would see one or both of them take off and not wait for somebody else to come back and protect the egg. So I guess they knew something we didn't.
Yes, I believe that's actually true, yes.
Now, the amount of people watching this take place is out of control. I mean, on social media, people are just loving this. We're fascinated. What do you think it is? Just the camera, the fact that it's right there and we're seeing up close and personal what's happening?
That's part of it. And ironically, I think it has a lot to do with Jackie and Shadow seem to have a personality that the eagles on the other eagle nest don't seem to show. I don't know what the difference is, but
that's interesting.
They put on a good show.
They do. And how can we tell the difference between Shadow and Jackie? You know, when both of them are there, it's like, okay, who's who?
Well, when they're both there, Jackie is the bigger one. And if you can't tell exactly, you can look a little bit closer and you can see Jackie has fatter ankles than Shadow.
Okay.
And then also Jackie's beak is like longer and broader. So she looks more like she's going to tip over.
Oh, okay.
Than Shadow does. His is a little bit smaller.
All right.
So, yeah, what can we expect now? You know, we have the usual routine where he stands guard for a little while, gives her a break, and...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's this morning. She called him a few times and he didn't come. And then when she finally did leave, she must have known he was right there because he was back at the nest within a minute, actually 57 seconds from when she left.
Really? Yeah, she said, I'm not calling again.
Yes.
So how far away would they travel outside of the nest?
Well, they travel the whole length of the lake sometimes if they have to go to find food, but usually they're within seconds of the nest, and often the other one is sitting in a tree with visibility on the nest.
And when can we anticipate seeing cracking in this egg?
35 to 38 days.
Okay, so we have some time.
Yes.
Because if everything had gone the way it was supposed to before, actually, I think this coming weekend would have been a time when we might have seen some of the other eggs.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. So what does this do for tourism and for just the atmosphere in Big Bear Valley when something like this is going on?
Well, funny, everybody's talking about it, Jackie had another egg. Did you see Jackie had another egg? And everybody in the valley seems to know who Jackie and Shadow are. So it's nice to see that.
They have their own T-shirts.
They do,
Yes.
And calendar.
Oh, right. And where might we be able to order those?
Oh, you can order them now on our website. Yeah, it's friendsofbigbearvalley.org.
All right. Well, Sandy, it is always such a pleasure to have you with us. You give us such great information, and you keep that hope alive that this time this egg is going to hatch and all will be well.
Yes, thank you.
We're hoping
Yeah,
it does. And I'm sure we'll touch base with you in a few days or weeks to find out
Absolutely.
more.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Sandy.
guys.
Bye.